So you're going to see an acceleration of chewing behavior until he starts cutting all of those, once all of the adult teeth come in. And basically, we've gotten him used to the idea that we can handle his mouth. You see how he's cutting those those big front incisors there? Stop. Now be still. Stop. We're not having this, remember? You got a lot of hounding in there, son. I can grip you and beat on you endlessly. Be still. Stop. That's enough. See how he's cutting this? He's got the incisors coming in. Keep your feet on the ground. Good. And what happens is the molars are last. Okay, once the molars and the eye teeth, they all pretty much come in at the same time. So these are already starting to blacken up. Quit. These are already starting to blacken up. So basically, no, we don't sit there and try and bite them. There we go. Yeah. This is when you tried to bite me. This is when I got pissed off, remember? Be still. Good boy. Very nice. Good boy. Very nice. Good. I'll be nice to you if you stop trying to bite me. Okay. But yeah, once they start going through the whole teeth chewing stuff, or the teething stuff, you're going to start seeing a whole big reduction on chewing. But in about a month and a half, he's going to sprout like 36 teeth.
Okay.
It's painful. Their jaws grow, their jaws grow at an exponential rate, and as the teeth start sprouting through and pushing the old ones out, it's extraordinarily painful. And you've gone through teething quite a few times now already,
yes.
So you know what he's going through. Well, with these guys, it happens in about under 2 months.
Okay, wow.
Okay, that's extraordinarily painful. So what we do is we provide them. You want to put him in the sunshine for a minute, honey? He's getting cold. Oh. Poor baby. What we want to do is provide him with things to chew on that's not human flesh. Because when you think about it, you know, at this age they like stuff that's really soft and gooey because it gives them relief.
Okay.
What we do is we'll make monkey balls out of tube socks.
Okay.
And I wouldn't use anybody's in the house's tube socks. I'd go out and buy yourself a 6-pack, unused, wash them really good, make a monkey ball, a couple of them, out of tube socks, just knot upon knot upon knot upon knot upon knot. Dip them in water and let them drain so that there's no water coming off them. Pop them in your freezer and let them freeze.
Okay.
So he can have them as a little chew thing in his crate to help push those gums away from those new teeth as they start to emerge. The cool is going to help the swelling, which there's already starting to be a lot of fill under the eyes if you look real close, because he's getting ready to blow a whole bunch of teeth all at the same time. So, and then what we do is raw meaty bones. The only time they're allowed to have these things is in their crates. That way you can control the outcomes of his behavior. If he gets defensive, it's not about wrestling him and saying, hey, you little sucker, give me that back. He's going to have to abandon it to go to the bathroom anyways.
Okay.
So when he says, hey, I got to go to the bathroom, he's willingly abandoning that. Good dog. We can work that skill later. Leave it, same thing. What he wants, he cannot have. Out, same thing. When he has, he must give back. You don't want to be really forceful at this age with a puppy who's already starting to display resource guarding behavior. You want it to kind of be his own idea. So it's like, here's this favorite thing of mine, I'm leaving it willingly, and you're going to reward him for leaving it willingly. Make sense? Just like with that. Okay, he wants the big dog, he wants to play with his buddy. No, leave it, come here, sit, good boy. Yay, here's your treat. So we want to help him understand that cooperation is far more important than the struggle.
I know that the biggest challenge, because during the day when it's just Gunner and I, he's fun. Like, he's really good. I do my best to take him for a walk twice a day, and we're pretty consistent. Like, he doesn't, like, snap at me or do that stuff. Not that I'm, like...
No, when he's somewhere along the line, someone has, like, snatched him up he's done something or grabbed something and someone's gone in after him for it.
Okay.
I mean, it's forensically, you can tell. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no, you know, this is not, the one thing that dogs learn, the very first behavior that they engage in after their ears and eyes open is actually resource guarding behavior over food or some object. And it's just practicing on what to be like as an adult. That is an acceptable code of communication for a dog. People seem to think that it's inappropriate when in fact it's very appropriate if you're a dog.
Right.
Okay? I personally don't have any problems with dogs resource guarding with other dogs because that's their way of saying this is mine, go get your own. With humans, the things that dogs usually resource guard have a tendency to be something that humans like to control, like the couches, the bed, access to a resource, like the doorway into the kitchen, stuff like that. We start seeing a lot of resource guarding behavior. But what happens is, and this is how it's taught, puppies grab a sock or a kid's toy or something like that. Person runs them down, grabs for it, and yanks it out of their mouth and says, give me that back. So what the puppy learns is, when I have something, I have to defend it. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why, when he first came here, you go to touch him, and he'd be like, ah! Okay? Or you go to pet him, and again, like I said, nobody likes this.
Right.
All right, so when people want to pet the dog, what's happening is the hand's coming in and he's doing this. The hand keeps going. The hand keeps chasing his face as he's going, don't do that.
Right.
And all of a sudden the hand comes out and he goes right in on the hand. And it's not aggression. Like people have been conditioned to think that dogs are aggressive. No, aggression is a behavior. It is not a way of being.
Okay.
It's not who the dog is. Okay. So what he's learned is, when I act this way, I can make you stop. It's a natural tactic. It's evolutionarily, it is a survival tactic. It's an advantage to be that way.
So what about like when he'll grab something? Like what he does is, like when the kids are home, he'll grab something and then he runs under, like we have wingback chairs, like he'll
Right.
run under a piece of furniture.
That's his way of saying,
where-
come and get it and I'll bite you.
Right.
Because that's one
So
of the
what do
problems.
we do?
Yeah, that's what. Well, first of all, if he's on a leash and collar,
Oh, okay.
that
won't
behavior no
happen.
longer occurs.
Okay, you're right.
And we practice cooperation. We've already started with him with the leave it. The way we introduce the leave it behavior is, here's something that you really, really want. Ignore it. Okay? And he's learning. And the thing is basically, it's like, and I preface this by saying, no one does this deliberately. No one sets out to muck up their dog. But the thing is, though, is you have 5 personalities in your home besides yourself and your husband, all of whom are treating the dog very differently.
Right.
So he's basically going, I don't know what the heck any of you want. I'm just going to do what I want.
Right.
And as a result, we're starting to see some behaviors harden that I would just as soon not see in a pup as young as he is. He's what, 15 weeks? He's just around 4 months
Right.
now. Okay, so he's already starting to say, if I open my mouth on you, I can make you back off.
Right.
And that's, so the kids have to understand, when you approach a dog like him, you approach calmly, you approach with some self-control, none of this, none of this, none of the screaming, none of this. Okay, so that he understands, okay, in order for me to get the effect of what you're telling me, I have to sit and be a little bit more observant. That's all we're after.
So